In this 6th of 7 levers discussion to increase profitability in law firms, led by Lexington's Paul Browne and Katie Dignan, we explore the importance of client segmentation, understanding how different types of clients impact profitability and shaping strategies to enhance revenue and long-term value.
Nearly there. Number 6, penultimate lever, clients. My happy place, talking about clients, and about the best client relationships are always the most profitable ones. And I will pin my hat on that, bet my house on it. You are always going to make better money from the clients you know better because you understand how they work. And it's really not about being lucky. It's about working hard at it and making sure you've looked after your best client relationships. You're thinking about them all of the time. You're upselling, cross-selling, whichever phrase you want to use, and you're listening to them. So you're doing all those really important things around feedback and making sure you're interpreting the feedback in the correct way. But clients are so often left out of law firm profitability questions, and I am confused by that. So please make me less confused.
Being client-centric, this is absolutely essential. And it also comes back to the type ratio we talked about at the last lever. If you're selling multiple practices to the same client, 1, you have a deeper relationship. But 2, when something goes wrong, then you've got all the other strands that keep the relationship strong, to keep it going forward. Research has shown that the long-term relationship with clients is absolutely key because you get to know them better. You get to understand it. And coming back to profitability, you're not having to spend a lot of time doing new pitches, bringing in new clients. And these things are expensive, really time-consuming, where if you can get this deeper and deeper relationship with the clients, you get to the heart of it, you get the ear of the CEO. And I know one more firm where they picked up work simply because the partner says, well, do you mind if I just use your desk in this office for a bit? And work comes in because you get that deep, deep relationship. So I think it's a really key part of the whole thing. And again, you can use technology to help them. Some of the US employment firms have built very successful practices through client portals where the client can see on a 24/7 basis exactly where all their matters are, what the position is. And now that makes it very difficult for that client to say, we're fed up with you, we want to go with somebody else. You've got that really sticky relationship, and the core of it is understanding the client.
And that's so often forgotten, that point about it's really hard for a client to change advisor. It's difficult, and law firms forget that. They forget to make it sticky, to make it difficult for a client to move. And they should use it more. They should use that and make sure that the relationship is warmed up constantly. It's that sell between the deals. It's not selling. It's just have a conversation between the deals and make sure that you keep things warm. I guess there's a point that relates back to the previous lever around reward remuneration on this, that is to do with the type of firm that tends to be better at this. And I think maybe you would have said that a more lockstep firm would be better at this because they're more used to that collegiate working rather than an eat what you kill, where it is more about the money I bring in as a partner rather than sharing it out with the firm. But I think there are pros and cons to both arrangements, and it's just important for a firm to understand where it sits on the scale and what works for them. I'm sure you've seen examples of where a lockstep firm is good and an eat what you kill firm is good at both of these. Any in particular that stand out?
I think that's right, but it comes back to the culture of the firm and the culture of the way that they work with the clients. But particularly when you get a firm who has that collegial culture, which reinforced by the firm is looking at not just firm profitability or partner profitability, but client profitability, team profitability, so that you begin to be measured on multiple angles on that. But this, to my mind, the client underpins every other lever.
Absolutely.
If you understand what the client wants, you can structure it right using the right lever. You get the right pricing mechanism because you know that the client is under pressure from their finance director to deliver a particular particular thing in a particular way. You can understand the scope of it, and there's clear communication when it gets beyond scope, so there's no surprises at the end when your bill goes in. Because clients, having been a client, absolutely hate that sort of surprise. So, to my mind, the client is absolutely at the center of profitability. And law firms that they make that up, I'll do no pay.
And it's, we're talking about sustainable profitability. And the only way to make profitability sustainable is to have a long-sighted view of where you're going. And you will only get that if you've got good relationships with your clients and you understand what their business plans are for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the future. Now, this is a line I always use. I know it's not mine. I stole it from somebody, but I've forgotten who it was, so it doesn't count anymore. But a law firm without clients is a law school. And that is exactly what it is. So the clients should be at the center of any strategy you have around profitability.
Some of the best partners that I work with have been utterly fascinated by their client's business, utterly fascinated by the clients themselves, so that they deliver what's right for their client. And the client knows they are operating on their behalf as an overall client, and also for that individual as well. So that to me is the heart of profitability.